Look at the goat. This is for all you trolls who get to believe what you see is reality. You don't know anything, alright? So keep looking at the goat, alright? I'm gonna take my mask off and I'm gonna give you some reality here, alright? What you see in the show doesn't define anything, alright? It's a show for a reason. So if you want to get out there and point fingers and talk bad about me or Darcy or accuse me of, or like anyone in the show about things you see, then the only person who is wrong is you, okay? Me and Darcy, work on things, we grow, and you don't know anything about that. You don't know what we do behind the scenes. You don't know how much we love each other, all right? What you see on the show doesn't define us, okay? We are all human, guys. We are all human. And you have to understand, and you don't have to. Listen, let me be very clear. If you feel better hating, putting people down, and throwing labels out there, then keep doing that. Seriously. I just suggest for a long term of constructive self-love, seek inward. Look at yourself. Think twice before you see something on TV, which is highly edited, alright? And I want to make very clear to the people who keep throwing these labels, not just on me, or try to come in between me and my partner. You don't know, and we don't care what you think. So if you feel that you are going to blast this negativity and to keep trolling, we will block you. And it will not affect us, because what we do is not your business. We do a show to give you a little bit of show, and that is that. And I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm not gonna say, everything is bad, and no, it is what it is. But there is more than what you see always, so you cannot define what is going on. So I'm just gonna get back to the questions the fans asked me about Ask Jesse and everything. And listen, do what you gotta do, my friend, all right? And I respect the people that came back to me and say, hey Jesse, sorry man, I judged too quick, I shouldn't have said that. Listen, we all make mistakes, we are all human, okay? I react also angry to injustice, okay? And there is no other reason for you to keep doing that if you don't if you take ownership of doing that and making mistakes, and that we are human. That vulnerability is a strength. But if you keep denying that there is a problem and that there is nothing going on, then that's the source, then that's the core that needs to be worked on, all right? So today, as far as the questions I got in the email or in my inbox, we're going to talk about vulnerability, okay? And it's a very important topic because vulnerability is growth, okay? And I'm gonna explain you why. One of the hardest things to do is to admit mistakes, let alone express our true emotions. It's the typical, I have to be right and everybody else is wrong, or I can't be wrong and I must always look cool. Along with, it has to be this way. Okay, listen, we are humans once again. We have emotions. Our emotions don't define us, but we're not all Buddhas. That's just the way it is. Some people, including me, are meditating in search of, that field of enlightenment. But to say you are an enlightened being or a Buddha is just merely the ego speaking, all right? We are just in search of seeking a way of finding a blissful state of non-duality, nothingness, a state of no self. But once again, we are human, all right? We are imperfect. When we experience injustice, there resolves anger in us, okay? We might say things we do not agree with at all, but that is what happens, and you have to apologize and you have to grow from it. You know, we have the implicit ID and conditioning that we shouldn't be wrong, otherwise we'll lose others' respect and lower our sense of self-worth and coolness. And we feel like we must always be perfect and certain to get what we want out of our life. Guys, come on, you know, like everybody here, you guys watching, I respect you guys. I have a lot of clients in my practice who suffer from abuse or other situations in relationships, and you guys have to understand. And we did an interview, Auntie, one moment. Cling, 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 Auntie. I love you. Shout out to you. If you want to see the interview with me and Auntie, go check it out. Auntie, you know, has experienced it herself. So she, as someone who knows about it, can really speak about it. And even when I posted it on Facebook, I saw like my clients and my true core fan base, you know, spreading like the facts out there, and that you guys, the trolls out there, kept you know, spreading the hate. Listen, you have seen my video, Embrace the Hate. You don't get me with it, all right? I just feel it's pathetic, and I think it's disgusting that you guys, some of you, confuse things Darcy and I do for a charity event, which is about domestic abuse, and you say, oh, we are hinting on, or she is hinting on. What the fuck? Beep. Oh, sorry, I said fuck. We have to beep that out, guys. No, listen, seriously, you know, like it's disgusting, because we are putting ourselves out there to help other people. That's my whole business. That is my whole plan of you know, setting up MeesterPT and doing those things. And I know a lot of you guys are hating that, you know. They rather see me fall than rise and thrive. That's normal, I get that. But you guys, like, you don't get us with that. And Darcy and I, you know, will block you if you try to cause conflict or to keep trolling. We don't care who you are, what you do. We don't care. We will not tolerate it. And you can keep doing it, but we are here doing a show that doesn't define us, okay? You see anger, you see me doing things, you see me in a way where you don't really have the context of the situation. You don't know what has happened before, you don't know what happened in between. So I'm not gonna call anyone out, nor Darcy, nor TLC, nothing, okay? I'm just gonna tell you straight up, put things in perspective, and you know, tell you about how important it is for you to own things and to be vulnerable. And you guys have asked me this question before, and I was about to address a few other topics, but you know, actuality changes, I think, the importance of certain topics. So you know, we behave as if we don't make mistakes, and the only mistake we made was when we thought we made a mistake but we didn't. Or we think we're always cool, and the only time we weren't cool was even when we thought that we weren't cool, but we actually were still cool. We shun vulnerability because we think it sucks. It's all about showing a tough or cool exterior, and showing our imperfections is automatically considered a weak thing to do. We tend to focus on the outside rather than what's on the inside. Also, we cover up most of our problems treating only the symptoms but not the causes. And here we go again, guys. If we want to look at the cause of what's happening, if we want to look at the core, it always starts with owning up things. Hey, you know what? I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have said that. But if one decides not to do that, then you can't really get anywhere. It's the truth, guys. And I know the mirror that some people get is confronting in a way where, you know, we then end up like being unstable from within, where true growth really happens. We end up not really growing because we couldn't even take the slightest self-criticism. Inequality then drives disconnection from others and especially from reality. And that makes people mad, because if you are real and you are, you know, trying to thrive in a relationship or in life, you need to be real, you know. And that's why people are like, you know, whoa, Jesse, 24, and you're like, you have your own place, you got your business going on. Like, guys, that's just because I'm real, and I'm not afraid to say, hey, I said this, and I shouldn't have said that, you know. Like, once again, guys, it's all about, you know, daring and to put out your vulnerability and to grow from that and to take ownership. All right. And some people will be lying to others and in a process to even themselves. That's just mind-blowing. It's really the truth. They go far further and further in their own reality. Okay, so in conclusion, the growth in life would be limited. To sum it up, guys, real quick, we need to make mistakes. We need to be wrong, you know, and we need to grow from that. We need to live. We need to fall, and we need to take ownership and say, oh, all right, you know, I will not do that next time. I will grow from that. We all have needs. That's normal. We all want to portray in a certain image, but the image, and I think I need to get this quote out there. Beautiful quote from Kurt Cobain. You'd rather be hated for who you are than to be liked for what you are not, because the truth is gonna come out at some point anyway. And the real people, and that's what I've seen on my Facebook, the real people who are like, Jesse, I love you, Team Jesse all the way. We know you, we know your heart, we know you're genuine. My clients stood up, were like, Jesse, we are here, we know the realness. So that always wins, just like positivity always wins long term. Okay, we must face our problems, we must grow, just like, and that's not none of your business what we're doing, but we are growing. We are in a state of just fulfilling our relationship with each other, but also individually in life. And it's okay to, you know, feel bad, or it's okay to get rejected. Embrace your uncertainties instead of covering them up. It's all about your growth, because to be selfless, you need to be selfish. And people will call you a narcissist for loving yourself. They are missing the point, and they don't know anything. Because for you to love yourself, you can let your own light shine to let others be inspired. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. And I see you next time in Ask Jesse number 4.